So let's get going. Okay, I've started the recording. Hopefully it records. Let's get going. So first of all, today's just going to be a brief introduction to some teaching online. How do you teach online? Where do we start? What can we do? And some tips and tricks of the trade. Okay, so this will be quite an interactive workshop. So you guys will need to give me some feedback, give me something in either the chats. You can put your hand up, open your mics and say something, any of that, but please do be involved in this. This is how you will help yourself. Okay, the chats are open, so I'm just going to write hello. So if you have any questions or anything, you can always go to the chats if you don't feel like just interrupting. I do have areas where you can ask questions. So when you want to ask some questions, please feel free to open up the mic in that time and ask what you want to. But in between those areas, let's get going and only answer what is needed. Okay, let's get started. So first of all, if you're not familiar with any places where to do any lesson plans or set up any advertisements or any of those, I would definitely recommend Canva. Now, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Canva. I did our presentation today on Canva, so I'll just show you a little bit around and what I did in this presentation, okay? That's the first thing. Second thing, if you're not familiar with Zoom to start off with, if you need to go from this area right to this area, what you need to do is while you're hosting the meeting at the bottom, you'll see a screen sharing button. You just click on that button and then choose the window you want to share and you go straight to it. Okay. However, do you remember when you've got sound, you have to activate the sound as well and allow them to listen to that sound. So if you're new to Zoom, please do remember that because that could be really tricky if you're playing the sound and no one hears anything. Okay, let's get started. So first of all is our overview. What will we be doing in today's little workshop? It's just discussing intro videos, exploring suitable options to find jobs, and briefly discussing CVs and TFL certificates. What are they? How do they work? And so on. Okay. Let's get to our first area, introduction. So what are some of the requirements for a good introduction video? This is the time you need to write something, say something. What would you say you need to do that will make an outstanding introduction video? What do you need to add? What do you need to maybe not do? Any ideas? You're welcome to open your mic, anybody.
I was wondering for the introduction video, is it important that we say we from South Africa? Because I think some schools say you must not say that you're from South Africa.
That's a tough one. Okay, so it depends what market I would suggest, what market you're looking at. I know in the Chinese area, you would not be recommended to say anything. I actually got into trouble once because I mentioned to a student that I was from South Africa and my teaching assistant saw the video by accident and they actually told me you're not allowed to say something like that. So if you're targeting the Chinese market, I would definitely not recommend mentioning anything about South Africa. However, if you're targeting different markets like Russians, French, Spanish, American, these guys don't actually worry too much and they actually enjoy exploring. I've got quite a few students that love exploring my country, my culture with me, and that I've told about our different foods we eat and so on, and they really enjoy exploring. So it would just depend on your market, if I can be honest with you. But generally, oh man, I wouldn't say put it in there. I'd say rather just keep it out to be safe. Later on, if you meet the students, you can express that to them and tell them, you know, I'm from South Africa and so on and so forth. Okay, but as first impression, it might not be the best advice to put that in there. Okay. Okay, any other requirements that you guys can think of that you need to have? Hold on, am I still moving?
Is the age important? Do you need to say your age?
No.
And hobbies?
You can say your hobbies.
So.
You can mention your hobbies.
No, not
That
anymore.
would be fine. Yeah, not anymore. But maybe that wouldn't be the best to say your age. because I don't think they would actually worry too much about that, to be honest. But your hobbies would maybe be a good one. So hobbies, but not too excessive. Don't have like, oh, I like this and that and
Mm.
this and that, and this is just what I like, because it's not actually about that. Maybe giving some past experience. Maybe
Yeah,
that could
like your
be good.
experience.
Yeah.
Mm.
What have you done? I've already worked in teaching for 10 years. I have special needs education because I worked with autistic children and so on and so forth. You can give that experience. With the experience in your intro, to do keep it with a basic. Name things like how many years you've been teaching and maybe how where you've taught. Things like that could always help the intro as well. Okay, let's quickly see some things that I
Mm.
thought of while I was, well, thinking of what to do. Hold on. Here we go. So some requirements that I would say for an intro video. Firstly, is to know your audience. Who are you looking at? Who are you going for? Is it Chinese? Is it Russian? Is it where are you going? Firstly, and secondly, are you teaching adults? Are you looking at teaching adults or are you looking at teaching children? Okay, because this intro video would really, really determine where you're going here. If you're sending an adult video to a child's company, man, you may or may not get that position. But if you're sending a child's video to a child's company, this would really boost you in getting that position. Okay. Obviously, we know dress appropriately. Come on, guys. We know teachers should dress appropriately, have something proper to wear. Okay. Speak clearly. That's one big thing. Clearly and slowly. That's one thing that I really also wanted to express. Watch out for rambling on. Rather take deep breaths in between your speeches. I've got some students that actually come to me for presentations, and shame, they've got the habit of going, mm, and it's really so distracting. And what I always tell them is instead
Mm.
of not knowing what you're going to say and say, rather just take a deep breath and pause. I mean, it's fine to
Mm.
pause. It's okay to give yourself that break and just to say, well, say something, you know? So don't worry too much about speeding through it and, oh, I need to get the intro done and I need to get this done and I need to get that done, because the person at the other side is probably not going to be a first language speaker. Okay, so the intro video is going to be very fast for that person to start off with, even if you're speaking slowly. You have to understand
Mm.
that the people reviewing our things, they're not first language speakers, they're foreign language speakers. So we speak extremely fast for them in general. You have to tone this down and slow it down as well. Okay. Then obviously have a clear or appropriate background. Depending if you're working with children, you can really go extreme there if you're working with children and put stickers. I've had stickers on my walls. I've had my name printed across the wall. You can really do fun things. However, when you're working with adults, I would recommend whoop, take that all away and just keep it literally maybe a clear background, or even you can consider one of the many cam or a virtual background if you would really like to. But honestly, keep it clean. Okay, the adults do not appreciate that. And then lastly, we spoke a little bit about it. No noises. Try to keep the noises out of your background. We've got apps like Crisp and so on, noise cancelling headsets. I mean, I've got a noise cancelling. If I have to press my mute, do you understand? You can't hear anything if I press my mute. You don't know that. The students don't know that. No one knows this if I press my mute. But if I hear someone screaming around me or something, I can just press my mute. Done and
Mm.
dusted. You don't
I
hear
often.
anything. Yeah, I love it. That button saved me. Okay. Last but not least, one thing that I would really, really recommend is show your skills. Okay. However you set up your intro, show what you can do while you're busy. Okay, watch out for sitting back and just saying, I can do this and this and this and this and this. And that's what I can do. Show your skills. Take that and work with it. Present your introduction video, play it out, use the things you would maybe even use in class to demonstrate how you would interact with them. Okay. Okay. So let's quickly see next section. Younger audience. Does anybody have any requirements for younger audience? Or do you know anything that you need for younger audiences, maybe?
Oh, and going back, I think someone sent a message as well now. So does
Sorry.
that mean we need to have two videos, like
Yeah.
one for adults
Yes.
and one for the kids? Yeah.
And I would go as far
Definitely.
as to say different CVs for different companies as well,
Oh,
specializing
okay.
in the words that, for example, they are displaying in their adverts. If they, for example, have English online teacher, English online teacher, English online teacher, you put like 3 English online teachers in your advert, that your CV that you're sending back. Because these guys work with algorithms. I've worked with a lot of HRs, and what they told me is they work with algorithms. And what these algorithms do is they use the words that they put in their adverts, and they basically sift out the CVs that don't match this algorithm. You understand? So if you're putting in there, oh, I'm so good at crocheting because I really like making toys or whatever, you're going to just get thrown out there because that has nothing to do with children, with teaching, with learning, with these key guys. You've got to put that in there. So that's what I would definitely suggest. Okay, so I got a few videos. I'm so excited actually to present them. But hold on, before we continue. So what do you guys think about the younger audience? What would you say we need to put into them before we get to the videos?
Younger audience, you mean like should we put in some props, or like if you're doing a
Yes,
video, should you have and the
props,
TPR that's
PPR.
hmm,
These things
hmm,
you're using in the class, you want to show them. My props, my TBR, what am I doing? What can I do for you? Okay, so some of the things that I mentioned that I thought of was be playful, be fun. You're going to be working with children. You don't want to be sitting there saying, hi guys, so today we're going to be identifying our new letters of the alphabet. Oh goodness, put yourself off. You understand? So you got to be playful, be fun, be interactive with them. Exactly, be energetic, be friendly. Okay. So using T, P, R, and or other props. Let me see. So I noticed that most beginner teachers don't actually know about the different props that we can use. And personally, when I started out, I had a whole bucket full of props. I had bears, I had postcards, I had things on the walls. I had all of these. And then I got a magic little tool called Minicam or even Snapcam. I think you can also use it on your computers. These guys are amazing and they really make your classes magical. I would definitely recommend you go and look into these types of things teaching online because for me, realistically, carrying a whole bag full of props, it is I'm sorry, it just doesn't work for me. For me, it was just so much easier going to Manicam and throwing up what I want there and incorporating that into my lesson, bouncing up the little guys, playing your little clown that you need to, and you do that. But with these little different
Sorry,
things,
Annie.
yes,
Sorry,
sorry, yeah,
Glenda here. Just can you just repeat those apps or
hold
whatever
on.
that you mentioned
I'm
for
going to put them
props
in
instead of
our,
having like
I'm going to put it in our
Snapcam?
Manicam
Oh,
and
okay, okay.
Snapcam. Okay.
All right. Thank
Um,
you.
I think it's only those two that I'm familiar with at the moment. I know that Zoom also has a few effects, okay?
Mhm.
And with Zoom's effects, they can be quite fun. I've used them on some of the little ones. But what you can always do, what I've actually done with some of the little ones, let me just quickly find it. You can always, like at the Easter bunny, you jump over to the Easter bunny. Hi guys, how are you? You understand? Little things like that really help. I've even got little girls that before we start our video, we have to put on our little crown or whatever you want to do today. Let's be a little piggy today or whatever. So these little things really help engage with little ones, which can be really challenging if you're not comfortable in that area. Okay, so it's SnapCam and ManyCam. We can see it maybe later on, we can do a little demonstration on it, which would help. But at the moment, go and explore it and see how it works. Okay, I would definitely recommend it. Let's quickly see. And then lastly, show some of your skills in the intro. Okay, you guys got to show these skills. This is the time you get to sell yourself, not your CV, not applying, none of these things. The guys watch your intro videos and they want to see what you do, how you speak, how you act, how you handle yourself, okay, and what you can help or how you can help their company. Okay, I see there's another message. It's so cool. Thanks. Oh, it's a pleasure. Okay, let's quickly see. So I've got thought 1 and thought 2. These are just the younger intros that I put here. The other intros were with the older intros. I would suggest these ones go with the younger and the other ones are more older intros. I'm going with thought 1 first. Let's quickly watch this video. And after this video, I would like your opinions. What do you guys think? What did you suggest? And do remember to be nice. Okay, let's quickly. And also remember, while sharing your screen, share your sound. At the bottom, you have a button saying share your sound. You just click on it and it shares your sound. Okay, let's quickly get to our first intro. Listen carefully. There it is.
Hello, I'm teacher Epi.
Hold on. That is incorrect. This video is not correct at the moment. Let me just quickly get the other one.
I'd love to become your
Oh, give me a moment. That video. Okay, so do note during your sessions, you might always get problems. While you're busy with those problems, just get it sorted. Okay, don't worry too much about pausing and carrying on. Just try your best to get it sorted. Let me just quickly get that video for us because I sent it all over. It should just be here. Oh, goodness. There it is. Let's try again. Okay, can you guys see? Does this look better?
Yes, we can.
Let's see.
Hello, I'm teacher Epi. I'd love to become your tutor to assist you in learning the English language. In my classes, we have fun, they are interactive, we use video, audio, and quizzes to help the learning stick. So come through to my classes, let's have fun, let's conquer the English language together. I hope to see you soon. Bye!
Okay, that's our first brave intro. What do you guys think? Can anybody give any tips of what we spoke about?
I think she didn't use much like TPR or anything. She spoke well though, but
Yes.
it wasn't very exciting, I would say.
Yes. I only have one tip there is that was just incorporate your skill. Yeah, incorporate your skill. You can even use that video, edit it, cut it, put your skill in the middle there, and then finish off with the rest of the video. That would also be fine. But put something in there, even if you just put slide you did, some slides you did, explaining who you are maybe, something like that. That would really help with putting it in there, okay? And just showing your skill a little bit. Yes.
I thought, well, I gather from the background and all the copy or the print that this is specifically for kids. I thought, Ipeleng, that maybe you were speaking a bit too fast for kids. That's just my opinion.
That could also be. That could also be. You could slow it down just a little bit. Not saying that you should slow down too much, but it could be slowed down just a little bit. But I would say your main focus would be more to just get some skill in there, just to showcase what you do, who you are, and so on, okay? Okay, so any other questions, any other comments? Okay, if there's no comments, everything's fine. Let's get moving to the next one. So as the next one, I only had one child video, so I decided to share my intro video that I did. Oh man, I think it's 2.5, 3 years ago. I'm not exactly sure how long ago, okay? But let me show you guys what my mind was thinking at that stage, where I was at, and what I did to make myself stand out and say, hey, this is me. Okay, let me quickly get to it. As you will see, it is uploaded to YouTube. However, it's also on private because I'm really shy. I had to upload it. You'll find some companies want you to upload your intro videos to YouTube. What you do, open your Gmail account, open your YouTube, upload it, set it on private if you don't want anybody else to see it. And then you just take that link and you share it back with the companies. Okay, but there are quite a few companies who say you need to upload your intro videos and so on to YouTube. So be comfortable with that. Okay, let me quickly share my intro from a few years ago. There it is. Okay, so I hope you guys can all hear this, listen carefully, and hopefully you can learn something from this. Hello, can you hear me? Great, can you see me? Great, my name is Antoinette, but you can call me Teacher Auntie. I have my TEFL and TESOL diplomas. I use props like Jerry the giraffe. And 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Sometimes we can even go on an adventure. Hey, Jerry, on an adventure. Good. Let's go. Okay, hold on, Jerry, hold on. Let's go. We sometimes join the castle. Go and visit some princesses. Do you like princesses? Ariel and Aurora. The park's the best. Oh, let's go see the park. Here we can sometimes count some birds. 3, 1, 2, 3 birds. I hope you enjoyed our little visit. Hope to see you soon. Bye for now. Okay. So that was my intro video that I sent to a lot of companies. And that's what I kind of meant, where take your skills, take your things that you know about. It can be about any topic. If you're doing ABCs with the little ones, take that, use that, incorporate that. Let's see, do you know your vowels? Do you know your ABCs or any of that, to show them what you do? You could exactly identify how I'm going to be working with you. You could exactly identify, I will be using different props. How will you identify it? Oh, this is a bird. I will show you a bird, then you will see the bird. Do you understand? So, and as they say, speak slowly, slow it down. really slowly. Take a deep breath, okay? And it's very difficult to do that. Do trust me, you've got to practice that. Okay, let's quickly see. Any questions, anything you guys want to say, want to mention?
Hi, Annie, it's Elaine. So
Yeah.
what video editing tool did you use for your video? Maybe that
Okay.
could help someone.
So what I actually did, that was all streamed from directly from ManyCam, because ManyCam has a recording thing on it. So if you become quite familiar with ManyCam, you've got little tools and little boxes where I can eventually, what we can do in a future session, I can show you these things. Oh, I just need to download ManyCam again. But these little boxes, and then you click on the boxes. And when you click on these boxes, these things pop up. Now, obviously, beforehand, you have to put them into the places and remember which box you want to pop up where, which could be tricky. However, I did that directly on ManyCam. So the background I use, everything I use directly on ManyCam. So I would definitely suggest using it on that site. Just the easiest. Okay.
Thank you.
Excellent. Anything else, guys? Or can we move on to adults? Let's move on. Okay, here we go. Oh, I just need to find it again. There it is. So, okay, that was actually my video, the second one, just to show you guys what some people do. That's one thing I decided to do. It's not to say you need to do it like that. I'm just showing you some options that I'm personally doing. Okay, and that helped me. Next up, the older audience. What can we do there? What would you suggest? Can you use your TPR there? Pull out some props.
Less unlikely, I think. I don't think you can use much TPR.
Excellent, excellent. I fully agree. You shouldn't be using too much TPR in that one. That would definitely be a no-no. Anything else that you guys would say you should do or mention in the older intro?
I think also your background needs to be as clear as possible.
Perfect.
Yeah, good lighting.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, so let's see. Be positive yet serious. Okay, that's quite difficult because you need to give a positive vibe without being childish. You understand? You need to be great and, oh, let's get going. And, you know, I really want to teach you and so on without being like a little clown jumping around. So it's positive yet serious. Okay, no TBR and no props or none of that. You just stay away from that, far away. I actually had a student quite a while ago. He was a real rough cookie. He was a Turkish guy and IT specialist. And oh man, he gave me all my days. He told me, oh, you're just a teacher. And I always walked into his class. And the first words I would tell him is, hey, guy, you better be nice today. You know, let's try something new. Let, you know, you be nice. And we used to joke around a lot and everything. But one day he told me, this platform is pathetic. I hate this stuff on this platform. You make me feel like a child. And that sank into me. That really got me thinking, okay, firstly, you are a child. Not that I care much, but I don't want my students, especially adults, to sit and feel like they're children. They're being babied. And you don't want that feeling. So that's why I say you really need to determine, are you working with children? Are you working with adults? And you need to get that feeling to who you're working with. You cannot be jumping around like a clown when you're working with CEOs of international companies. There's a big difference there. Okay, so show some of your skills in the intro. How do you do that with no TPR? What do you do? You're just sitting there. What skills are you going to show? Okay, let's quickly see. Here we've got our 1, 2, 3. Let's get to our first one and then we can Chris. And I want to say thank you girls so much for sending these intro videos. I really enjoyed going through them and just checking them out and what everybody else has to say. Okay, first one, let's get to it. I just hope it wants to open this time. Let's see. Yeah, here it goes. Hold on, one moment. There. Can everybody see it? Yes. Let's get going. Okay, listen carefully.
Hello, my name is Glenda,
Can people
and
mute,
I'm an English
please?
teacher. I have a degree in journalism, and I also hold my 120-hour Teaching English as a Foreign Language certificate. I've been teaching both online and offline for over 5 years. I teach both young children, older children, as well as adults. I also teach geography, social sciences, and history. And I also teach people how to write in English and how to read in English. So, why do I love English? Why do I love to teach English? I'll tell you why. I love to see people grow and learn new things, and I love to see people be able to do new things out in the world because of what they've just learned. So, I look forward to being your teacher, and I'll see you later. Bye.
Okay. What do you guys think of that one?
I think that was good. I liked that she mentioned what she wants to do, how she was going to help people. That's a good thing, yeah.
And why she loved English.
Yeah, I think that was good.
Excellent.
Melanie. Thank you. Give you guys the raw one so that's, yeah, if there's changes, I do another one and then go into the learning. Thank you guys.
Okay, one thing I would just recommend. You mentioned there that you don't only teach English, but you do like geography and social science and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Okay, why don't you hone on those skills as well? So what you can always do is edit your video, use a PDF, for example, highlight some of those things. Oh, I love traveling. Take pictures of places in maybe South Africa that you've been to, or even around the world where you'd like to go. Okay, I like traveling, and show it how you would present it in maybe a teaching format. For example, you can just cut it out and insert something, or even you can use your voice and edit your voice out. And while you're speaking still, where you don't actually have to redo anything, you just, while you're speaking, you show some of the pictures that you would like to go to, or incorporate it. You're into geography. What are some of the things you've done with geography? Okay, take an idea from there, or even social science. Okay, and with these skills that you've already got, you can expand past English. Don't stick with English. Okay, you can go into different groups. There are homeschooling groups. There are quite a few different groups that would need geography, social science, all these teachers. So your core would be teaching, but the direction would maybe not be English. However, it can definitely be English, but I would just say if you're stronger at geography and these other things, maybe zoom in on them a little bit more. Okay, let's quickly see. Anything else?
Got you. Okay, thank you.
Perfect. I'm glad to help. Anything else? Any more questions or statements? Firstly, I see we have 4 minutes left, so and I've still got quite a bit to go through. So what I thought, what we can do, if you guys still have time right after this, I can just restart the meeting quickly so that we can just finish everything that I wanted to talk to you guys about today. Okay, so if you guys aren't busy, we can do it, but if you guys need to go, it's really perfectly fine. Okay, let's get right back here and continue to our next area. Our next thought.
Can I ask? Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Annie,
Yes,
In terms of mentioning that you've
Yeah.
got a TEFL certificate, is that important or not
very important. Yes, you've got to
in your
mention that.
intro?
Yes.
Mhm.
And later on, I
Mm.
actually wanted to describe it, but the TEFL and the TESOL are two different certificates as well, and they apply to do different industries. So you've got to watch out. If you're applying to something outside of China, you're not going to fully succeed with the TEFL. You'll need a TESOL because they accept TESOL. They don't accept TEFL, although it's pretty much the same thing, just different names. Yeah, you'll basically need to say it's TESOL and TEFL because they want that difference. I don't know why, I don't know how it works, but yeah, you'll have to identify where exactly you want to do it. Okay, so depending again on where exactly you're applying, please specialize. Find out about that area, find out what works in that area, all those things, because it doesn't help going into a French area while you're thinking in a Chinese area, if I can put it that way to you. It's a total different culture. It's not at all the same. Okay. Do watch out for trying to do the same thing with every single culture. Okay. Let's quickly see. Okay, so our next brave competitor. Let's quickly go and see if I can get your video up. Yes, it's playing. Here we go. Listen carefully.
Hi, my name is Dorcas, and I hold a degree in Human Resources Management, and I'm a fully qualified teacher, so rest assured that all your goals will be met in my classroom. I strive to create a safe space for learning and to make the educational experience more fun. I teach from conversational English, grammar, vocabulary, and I can also help you prepare for your IELTS exams. During my free time, I love doing many activities such as swimming, hiking, and reading, which is one of my favorites. I love reading books such as drama, fictional, non-fictional, biographies, and one of my favorite genres, which is on self-development. One day I hope to travel the world, and I hope to see you in my classroom.
Okay. So what did you guys say about that one? What do you think? Again, as we've mentioned before, just some skills. Putting your skills there. Edit it, throw in just a few slides of your skills there to show what you can do maybe.
I think it was quite nice. And also, I think a bit slower because sometimes when it's beginner learners, I know when I speak quite fast with beginner students, they would be like, sorry, I don't understand. Yeah. So maybe a bit
Yes.
slower, I think. Yeah. But
Yes.
the things she said were good. Yeah. I think she said nice things. Yeah.
Yes. However, do remember this one's for adults, and most adults, if they're going into English at a later stage, they should be out of the elementary phase as well, especially if they've had an interest during their life growing up. But yes,